Happy to have you with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles.
And regardless of how important the series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set, and today's starting pitcher, James Paxton.
Well, this is a guy that usually turns in a very good outing. People like playing behind him. Everyone seems to be loose, and the offense tends to get going. So, you look at an opposing lineup, when they see him out there in the mound, they know that he's going to compete. They don't want to let him such consistency. That bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
We go to the bottom of the first. On the hill here today, Mike Soroka. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot. To sit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Got him. And one out now.
Very frustrating right there as a
swings and misses, and there's two down.
Well, he should get some fist bumps when he gets back into the dugout. He saw a lot of pitches and he battled, and this is a long haul where you're trying to get that pitch count up as early as possible. So gave the guy.
Joey Votto bops one out of here. His first homer of the year. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-0.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Play. Inning over, but two come across to score in the inning courtesy of this two-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
Back up there while they're hot.
And down on strikes. And there's one down.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. Sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black. You've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Got him. Down on strikes.
So good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Up the middle. Since first, Lindor retired. Here's another look with StatCast singing. The throw needed to be strong to beat the runner, and it was.
Yeah, that play was close, and I think we need to credit that 88-mile-per-hour throw as the difference. Didn't get enough air under it to drive it out swing, and that result every time.
Will score in the inning on this RBI double, and it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Breaking ball, if you're a pitcher, if you can get that fastball in on the hands, it's going to be very difficult for that hitter to get the barrel to it.
Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sac fly, and they take a 2-run lead.
Well, that's a quality sound in his mechanics. Hits against it, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Brandon Lau bops one out of here, and we're all square. It's 3-3.
They're aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Got him swinging. And there's one away. Still tied 3-3. The go-ahead run in scoring position.
Oh, in this one, that pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. And a huge opportunity now to give the lead this late in the ball game. Do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Swings through it for strike one. And that one in the air center field. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays strand the tying run on base to win it.
This is a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go home feeling good about yourselves. You got some good momentum. But at home, you also have a higher expectation to play well. So they're going to have to maintain the focus because those fans are expecting a lot.
4-3 our final score for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding matchup of division rivals. It's the Washington Nationals going up against the New York Mets. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Schaub. So the New York Mets have yet to lose a game in this series, and now they go for the sweep at home against their division rival.
So, look, I noticed a few fans carrying brooms around the stadium. Where do you think these people find these brooms? Do they bring them from the house? And are they dirty? Are they clean? What's the deal? I think some of them look brand new. But anyway, these guys have played great in this series, and they're looking to sweep their division rivals right out of the building.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. Today's starting pitcher, Merrill Kelly. What do you have on him, Chris?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this.
We go to the bottom of the first. And on the mound now, Chris Paddock. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a
dramatic double as it hops the fence.
It's like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boo. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
One out, runner at second. And stepping in for New York, Jeff Bagwell. And first offering is fouled off. Altuve, the runner at second with one away. Out towards right center field, Santander. Long run into the gap. Tracks it down for the out. Runner tags up for third. And he moves up to third. Now two away. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're facing a guy today who is a strike thrower. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, so they're going to have to work hard to generate base runners.
And when you've got a striker.
And now this is down for a base hit. And they'll score first. It's 1-zip.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. Continue to carry through the middle of the field. RBI. I know there's a ground to the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Out of here. That one felt good. His fourth home run of the season. And they add a run. It's 3-0. Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
Freddie Freeman pops one out of here. Third home run of the season, and they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1.
The jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game. Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated. Well done, drives in the run. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here comes the runner. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. Last half. Man, Chris, a jump throw like that is certainly worthy of the StatCast treatment. Let's see what the numbers have to say about it.
Yeah, these are some favorable numbers, Boo. This is the type of play that showcases his arm strength. I mean, he made it look easy, but I promise you, that's not a throw every.
Seeing a press jump throw from the hole at short. Let's see what StatCast has to say.
Now he's just showing off out there. I mean, I don't know if fans realize how much arm strength you need to make that throw. This guy's got a rocket of an arm, and that was on full display right there. Play for him. He looks locked in. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 100 at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Chris Paddock gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. New pitcher on now, Miguel Tejada. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm.
It's a wall ball double.
Back-to-back pitch to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive now. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run. The RBI machine, another clutch.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. He'll touch them all, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 7-3.
Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
Bullpen, Jordan Hicks. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Number 12, Jordan Hicks.
No matter what, you're playing this kind of rival, take your game to another level.
Singy, that was a laser shot, and a good thing we have StatCast to give us the details.
Yeah, get out of the way on that one. That ball flew out of the box at 112 miles per hour. You talk about, well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn 2 on second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kept.
That's his third home run of the game, and they tack on 3. It's 10-3.
Putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with his swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
Take over here. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Nice sweep in this series, and you continue playing at home. Everything feels good right now. This is the type of run that you can put together a nice, long winning streak. We'll see if they're able to do it in the next game.
Final score here today, 10-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Park. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. So the St. Louis Cardinals have taken the first two games of this series, and today they'll go for the sweep. They played well, Chris, and they're looking for more of the same in this one.
Yeah, they've been the side shaking hands on the field after each game so far. Played solid baseball to earn those wins, as you said, but every game offers up its own unique challenges. So we'll see what those are today, but there's always a little extra motivation when you have an opportunity to sweep a series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Left-hand batter waits. Got him looking. And that's the third out. The Cards lead one. And now the Pirates will get their first opportunity. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the bottom of the first. And today's starter, Tanner Houck.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots and a little more backspin on that instead of the top on the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. It's an immaculate inning.
Well, he's saying, who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
Looking. Foul ball.
Well, that ball is hit pretty hard and sure.
The punch out there, and now one away.
The charts. Don't see many shortstops better than that. Great job to complete the play and end the inning.
One run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. Swing, and that ball smashed on the line. Marte racing over to make the catch. So another good inning for him on the mound. A towering shot to center. His first homer of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 2-0.
A hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that, and right there he made him pay. Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter. He's started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Full side, headed out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into.
Hard hit to third. Gathers and throws to first. Now one gone. Ripped on a line. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Pirates collect their first win of the season.
Terrific job in this game. He scattered 2 hits and pretty dominant. Efficient with his pitch count. Got himself all the way to the finish line and finished where he started.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Live from the veteran match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first 2, and regardless of how important a series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here, and today's starter, David Peterson. What do we have on him?
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time.
And with only 1 away.
Everything came together there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out,
Johnny Bench. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Over to Castro for 1. To Muncy. That's 2.
Got the batter to hit it exactly where he wanted. That textbook 6-4-3 double play, gets out of the jam and back in the dugout.
Bottom of the and towing the slab, Marco Gonzalez. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why, man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Out of here. Max Muncy leaves the yard. His first homer of the year. The Red Sox score first. It's 3-0. That home run was a no-doubter as we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed, Boog. Just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle to give it.
Let's take a look at the line. It's on the mound.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
Bomb! Frank Schwindel goes deep, and they add to the lead. It's 5-zip.
Side can be a bat breaker. You have to catch it out front to get the barrel to it. Does a really good job recognizing it early, getting the bat head to it, and hitting it. Well, they had the chance of turning a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
He'll touch them all. His second of the year, and they cut into the lead. It's 5-4.
Sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it. First pitch back damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Two-run homer. It's down to 1 at 5-4. Bryce Harper goes deep. His second of the year. It's 6-4.
Exactly the pitch he was looking for, crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Manny Machado leaves the yard. His second of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 7-4. Singy, this was a mammoth home run, over 460 feet, according to StatCast.
You know, Boog, there are only maybe 20 or so guys in the game that can hit a baseball that far, and it's absolutely crazy it's even that many.
Comes a skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Marco Gonzalez will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. New pitcher on here, Taylor Williams. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Taylor Williams.
Dream about once in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. Big no-no right there. Even though it was a bang play, we always remember you do not make the third out at third base. They just ran themselves out of the inning. Start to end on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock. Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he's book as it gets. Got his stride load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
It's the Red Sox 9, the Rays 5. He's done it again. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they tack one on the board. It's 12-5. Chris, this one got out of here quickly. Let's take another look with the help of StatCast.
Yeah, just a laser of a home run, 113 miles per hour off the bat, but well, it wasn't a towering shot by any stretch, and it didn't need to be.
Rays, they go to the bullpen. Spencer Patton. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty. And gone. Third home run of the season, and they add on. It's 13-5. Teoscar Hernandez hits one out. His second of the year. It's 13-6.
Gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it. Well, these guys just want to keep it rolling right now. You win this series, you got another team coming in, and you want to do exactly the same. Maybe even push it a little further. Get yourself a sweep. You know the fans are going to be behind this club. They've been playing really well, and these guys, you can tell they feel the energy these fans bring to the ballpark.
13-6 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for Phillies matchup. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Miami Marlins. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby. So the Miami Marlins have already won the series, and now they go for a 4-game sweep, Chris. It's been a lopsided series so far.
Yeah, they've clearly been the better team, and I expect them to come out today looking to tie a bow on this series. And on the other side, most teams run into at least a 3-game sweep at some point, but not every team looks back at a 4-game sweep at the end of the year. And I'll say this, as a player, it's especially frustrating when the losses keep coming against the same team. So if they can salvage a win today, this series won't go down quite as sour.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. Showing the slab in today's game, Zach Thompson. How about a scout? Bottom of the first.
And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field. Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits again.
That home run was a no-doubter. As we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed. Just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle.
Get it! It's out of here! He circles the bases, his 4th home run of the season, and they add a pair. It's 3-0.
We got the jet stream on a line drive. You saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys.
It's 3-1.
Coming off the bat, man, and as he connected out front, ripped into the guy's got a real hard fastball. You can't overswing. All you got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power.
An absolute blast to left. His first homer of the year. It's 5-1. And next for Atlanta, Reggie Jackson. This guy has turned.
Not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out.
A 2-run shot, and they boost their lead. It's 7-1.
Just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
Paul Blackburn comes on now.
Drive stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap. Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something away and kept it fair down the third baseline. Did an excellent job of just throwing the barrel at the ball, even though he was a little late on it. There, he was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
And off of him and over for a home run. His 2nd home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 8-2. Often someone hits a baseball this hard. It's worthy of a StatCast treatment, Singing.
Well, I was anxious to see what that exit velo would be, and wow, 106.
So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Plan to be aggressive. Pulled that one right in the direction of the shifted defense, but no one can make a play on it. I mean, that's his approach, and it's probably not changing. Double play, and that changes the complexion of this inning entirely. With this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the
was absolutely ripped. 111 off the bat, and I'm pretty sure it started to whistle after it left the bat.
I think I heard that too, Boog, and these are the moments we appreciate.
That's out to center field. Green makes his way towards it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves avoid the sweep. They take the finale of this 4-game series.
Well, these guys came to the yard today thinking one thing, launch mode. 6 home runs, just an incredible offensive display today. Even by today's standards, that is a huge total.
8-3 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John. And welcome into the Bulls. It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first 2, and regardless of how important the series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill in this one, Alex Wood.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge.
Oh, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Nice job at drawing a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite. Self up an RBI. Loud contact. And tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Out of here. Matt Olson goes deep. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
You're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
That'll do it for the inning. Second inning coming up from Progressive Field. It's the Royals 4 and the Guardians nothing. Alex Wood is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. New pitcher now, Andrew Miller. He comes in with his team trailing by a bunch, so he'll try to keep it where it is.
Andrew Miller.
The catch. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2.
Anytime you rip a line, really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Ball was absolutely ripped. 111 off the bat, and I'm pretty sure it started to whistle after it left the bat.
I think I heard that too, Boog, and these are the moments we appreciate.
Kicks and deals. Got him looking. Down on strikes, and he knew it.
Well, I think that was just a case long to get a result for that at bat. I'll tell you, you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like.
And in scoring position with 2 away. And up next for Cleveland, Vlad out to short. Throw on to Olson, and Guerrero is set down. Play made, that ends the inning. Guardians lead 1. They still find themselves down 6-0.
Man, a lot going on that. He's right in that hole and then gets up and takes it himself. Man, it's a one-man show.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
I love to see guys compete, and
he kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And
cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
He came out of his mechanics there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 1 down.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3.
Left-hand batter waits. Got him. And that is that.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to. What a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the count up against it with 2 strikes right there.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job.
Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. That's out number 2.
You know,
Wander Suero takes over on the mound. Big deficit here, but he's still got a job to do.
Number 51, Wander
You're out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Luis Castillo won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. New pitcher coming on, the veteran, Cesar Valdez. Trying to protect this lead.
Cesar Valdez.
Saw was hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it. This was a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go home feeling good about yourselves. You've got some good momentum, but at home you also have a higher expectation to play well. So they're going to have to maintain the focus because those fans are expecting a lot.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Chicago Cubs going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a three-game set. They've split the first two, and regardless of how important a series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. Starting on the mound in this one, Catfish Hunter. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Boog, over 200 career wins. That's a lot by today's standards. Tells you about the longevity of his career, his ability to work deep into games, even when he doesn't have his.
And he struck him out. One up, one down.
Just couldn't catch up on the low 9. Of a good job of changing speeds. Off-speed pitch on the one before, then sped him up. Pitchers that don't throw real hard have to rely on location and mixing. Got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter. Command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Bottom of the first. And our pitcher in this game, Ian Anderson. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what, that's what, well, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch. And went up there with a plan to be aggressive. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. Hey, as a former center fielder, I'm feeling pretty good right now by this guy to come up throwing and deliver a strike to third base. Now, for the offense, that's a tough one to swallow, because you never want to. His mechanics hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle.
With one swing, he quiets the crowd. His first homer of the year, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Look at that pure reaction. Fastball up and in. Not an easy pitch to get to, but because it was just a reflex, he didn't have time.
One away.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside. Just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 2 down. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Well, break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else. And
a solo shot, his second of the year, and it ties it up. It's tied at 1.
Versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Scores in the inning as this solo home run ties things up. All even at 1 apiece.
Well, that's pretty much what it looked like. Tried to stay with it after the bobble, and he might have pulled it off with a good throw, but it's very easy to rush the throw when you don't field it cleanly. A lot of times guys don't have a good grip on it, and I think.
So he leaves the yard to left, and that gives him a lead. It's 3-1.
Put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that. A little bit of illusion at the end. I can't argue with that one, and anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count. But sometimes you just get fooled, and you got to tip your cap.
Deep into this game. And at least so far.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Look out! And it hit him. On now, David Bednar. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter, that your look pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
Oh, can't get out of the way of the fastball, and that's going to sting.
Now that likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He
got him, and that's the ball game.
This is a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go home feeling good about yourselves. You've got some good momentum, but at home you also have a higher expectation to play well. So they're going to have to maintain the focus because those fans are expecting a lot.
And your final 3-1. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shine.